have kids in tents right now.
Jamie just said to me, do you think they'll believe me now that there's kids in tents? Yeah, Jamie, I think they'll believe you now. Welcome back, Boubies. Before I show you my meeting with the superintendent, me, along with Jamie, my mom, and Janelle, are going to go and visit the site of one of the homeless youth. I can't tell you where the location is. I can only tell you it is in my town. And the reason why I can't tell you the location is if the police were to find out where it was, they could take it away because it is illegal. And in order to gain perspective and to really raise the awareness on this issue of homeless youth, I think we need to visit one of these sites that these kids sleep in at night. So let's go. So right now we're on our way to Lewiston High School to meet Jamie. I am with Janelle. Say hi.
Hi.
And my beautiful mom. We're gonna gather up some supplies. If we do happen to come across homeless people or homeless youth, then we wanna make sure we're prepared and have some items to be able to give to them that will help. Have you done this before, Jamie?
Yes, we do it all the time. I do it a lot with my son Xylus. We'll pack bags like this and I'll have them in the back of my car. So if I see people even at stop lights and stuff, I'll give it to them. Yeah, we're gonna make a little
Okay, let's do it.
And so it would be like 2 people in this little, probably
2
like
people
a one.
stay in this?
I would assume.
I mean, I don't want to look inside because I feel like that's their home. So we're at one of the sites right now of where the homeless youth is staying, but it's not in a safe area at all. Many people are coming and going. There's clothes.
Watch out.
Jamie's been sending a cab to pick this young person up to bring this person to school. This person hasn't been in school for the past few days. This is a life. Does anything happen when the school finds out that there's a youth, that one of their students is living in a tent?
I don't think there's proper protocol or anything. I mean, probably a call to DHS because we're all mandated reporters. But also, I mean, it is summertime. It is safe to live in a tent right now, but as winter's approaching, this is not going to be okay. And we really don't have housing for homeless, period. We don't have housing for homeless veterans, youth. So this is a huge problem, and this is what it comes to. And this is their norm. So this is very normal.
And this isn't the only tent.
No, I'm going to take you to another place that I think we can see more. Just tell them we have some food if somebody's in there. Oh, okay. Ask them if they'd like some bags of food.
So we're in an unidentified location right now where there are presently homeless people that we're chatting with. You can see that there's a lot of tents up here, and like I said before, this is their life. So we're trying to be as respectful as we can, but it is real. I just don't know what else to say. Okay, so Jamie and I just got out of our second homeless location. There was a lot of tents.
Yeah.
there was people there. They were adults. I'm not sure if there were kids there or currently staying there, because there was a lot of tents at that last site that we went to.
And the other thing, it's still bright outside, so I feel like people would probably come here, or if they're going to go into the woods, it would be nighttime, so people aren't going to see them or where they're going.
Yeah.
So that might be why a lot of the tents were empty, or there weren't a lot of people around, because you figure you're going to have a fire at night, so you can't have a fire in the daytime because someone would see the smoke.
How much do you do this? Because the thing about me and just watching Jamie do this, it didn't seem like it was her first time.
No. Anytime I know about a tent city that has popped up, I try to go out. I want my face to be known that I am a trustworthy person and that I can help them or try to help them. And I like to know where my kids are coming from. So when they do come to school and they're exhausted or haven't slept, like, I know why. I can see it. I probably come out more than I should.
I'm sorry, it's hard for me to even talk right now because of what I witnessed, because I've witnessed this for the first time. I've seen homeless people, but I haven't associated it with kids could be living in those tents. Next, what we need to do is we need to try to get these kids more secure so they don't have to live in the streets anymore. So let's talk to Mr. Finn and see what we can do, how we can help these kids, see where we can even start. Thank you for showing me, and thank you for doing all of this.
You're welcome. I love it.
I love you.
I love you. Group up, group up.
Just so you know, Todd Finn started as a superintendent in July, so he's only been here for a very short while. And because of all the adversity he's faced in his life, he wants to help. He wants to make a big change. So I'm sitting with Todd Finn, the superintendent. Do you love it?
I do.
How did you find out about the store next door?
So I'd heard about it when I first took the job. I was told you have to go visit the store next door, but I didn't know what it was. So I got an email from Jamie one day, and it was in the summertime. So I said, I'm going to go find out about this place. So I went in, and the principal brought me downstairs, dropped me off, and when I met with her, it was at her little kitchen table. I guess there I am with shirt and tie, and she's just giving me the rundown. So then I just sat down there for a little bit. We really started talking, and I think Jamie realized that maybe I had a little bit more background as to what she was doing, and I really want to help her.
Yeah.
So then the conversation just went to a whole different level.
I gotta be honest, when I walked down to the program, the first thing I felt was it's so small. And it's in the basement. And there's only 2 rooms, and they use those 2 rooms for their storage as well. When it comes to the time of year when the board has to figure out how they're gonna keep a program or not, do you know how they navigate that?
Sure. Well, right now, the store next door doesn't even exist.
So it's not even a legitimate program here.
So it's not part of the budget, right? So I inherited this budget this year, so when I came in, it was already done. So having met with Jamie, I asked her to put together for me a business plan, because we've got to do something about this, and this is something that we have to have as part of our plan to, what we like to say, to nurture connections. If we can, and we will, come up with a plan that's reflective of that goal, and that goal ties to our budget, now we can do something, and maybe kind of move beyond that basement setting. I can imagine what we could do, not only for Jamie, but for the kids and that who come to that program for support.
Why are you so passionate about this?
So remember I told you about when I first met her and I went down with a shirt and tie, and then
Yeah.
I was just standing there and I could tell that there was some discomfort. I told her my story, and I told her that when I was a senior in high school that I didn't have a home to go home to anymore.
You're
I had-
17, 18?
I didn't have any other choice but to first go off to probably the seediest motel in Massachusetts, and that's where I lived for a while until I couldn't anymore, and then to couch surf a little bit and just get to the point where I could just graduate and then go into the Army, when I could have gone to college like everybody else was. We didn't have a store next door. I had Mrs. Starr, so I had this amazing teacher who was my Jamie, and Mrs. Starr checked in on me. She followed me home one day. She knew something was up. She saw that I was losing a lot of weight. She saw my grades were dropping, and she and I would go at it all the time, in school during class. That passion for me kind of stopped a little bit, so she asked the right questions. Our students who are in adverse situations aren't going to tell you. Jamie has this gift where Jamie knows how to ask, because they will tell you, but they're also turned off if you're going to make assumptions about them as well. I let her know that she was my Mrs. Starr. She cried, I cried, we held hands, and then I walked away from that meeting just saying, we're going to help this lady. We're going to make this a thing that's not underground, something that we need to talk about.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hidden.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be at all. Because this is to no fault of their own. I got to enlist in the Army where
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. But to me, it was just like, listen, how long can I stay, here? And so it's funny because
almost like I need a place.
Oh my gosh! And so
Like
folks
I
were
need
missing
food
home, and
and-
I was like, I don't know. So got through basic training, and everyone went home on leave, and I'm like, can I go to advanced training? So I went to advanced training, and when that was over with, everyone went home on leave, and I said, can I go to airborne school? So then 3 weeks of airborne school, and everyone went home, and I said, well, can I just go to Ranger indoctrination training? So, but it was only because there was nowhere to go, and I just wanted more training.
Yeah.
So the circumstances they could throw at me were never as bad. You're feeding me. I get to wear clothes, and get to get really good at doing.
They're going to be
something.
the most successful
No doubt.
people.
No
Yes.
doubt. You needed that angel for me.
You did.
Just to get me there. And trust me, I didn't have a shirt and tie for graduation. She gave me her son's.
It takes one
That's all it takes.
person.
And then it made all the difference in the world. So when I see these kids, I'll often say to them, don't let this fool you. I know. I still remember what that's like, and I've never forgotten that. And I'm not going to let you fail. And you're going to push me away.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, well, who are you? And you've got that Mac, and you must live in that. Still not going to let you fail. When they've given up on themselves, you still can't.
After meeting with the superintendent, Todd called another meeting with Jamie and I, where we talked about the future of this program. We are now working towards making the Store Next Door project a legitimate program at the high school. In 2 weeks, we will be meeting with the school board and presenting our case. Our community is saving itself. So stay tuned. This is not the end. It is only the beginning.